Ah. Cat's in the cat tree today. She's taking a nap. It's 90 degrees already outside, so everyone's chilling. We can't go outside right now. It's too hot. I was messing around building a character I like to play when I want to take things. Just slam shit with it. It's just pure power. That's all it is. Ow. Why does that hurt? And also, it takes so little FP to run this. It's kind of on the ridiculous side. Depending if you want to hold the attack or not, be determined an insta-kill versus a hit. Either way, it does a metric ton of damage. Ah, that's nice. Thank you. If you notice, I do get appraised a lot. It's because of because you gotta put down the thing to show people what's going on. Can't just put down a message and believe people will know what you're talking about. The emotes are very helpful, especially if they're supposed to do a particular emote. It's super helpful that way. If I hold a full charge throw with my spear, halberd spear stiletto, I'll get a full-on 1,000 damage with the throw, and maybe a knock out of it, maybe. Then I got my ice blade right here. Also a low FP cost. This is all very low FP cost. Just a few stats I would like to switch around, but I would like to be a lightweight build, but I don't think I'm going to be able to with this build. That's just it. Because I have these on, these barbs, so when I roll, I can roll into my opponent and do damage. This is lighter, but very much weaker. I'll keep the gauntlets and the greaves on, and then that way when I roll I do damage anyways. It'll be a total of 10 extra damage, but hey, I'm rolling into the opponent regardless. Okay, there goes nothing. Whoop. Hot feet. Yep. Thought that might happen. Pretty much this build lets you use any and all elemental damage in the game. Except for magic. I mean, you could put magic on one of your weapons. It's easy. You just need the glintstone shard thing. And once you get the glintstone shard thing on like your weapon, and then you do a lunge forward, you're doing magic damage. So there's always that. But if you can just tap into another one of their weaknesses other than just magic, which most things have 2 types of weaknesses too. So it makes it easy, right? I could tap into their fire weakness, the ice weakness, the lightning weakness, the holy weakness, whatever they're weak against. I could tap into all but magic. And everything has more than one weakness, so. Yeah, when I decide to build a serious build that's not me deking around, I can pump out the power. Also, I tested this out and won most of my fights. Okay, my dumbass slipped off. That was my fault. You know, watch where I'm going. I didn't turn on my lantern. I was going... Did I even have my lantern on? I think I was going by the light of my sword. That's right, gentlemen. Never follow the light of your sword. That's gonna end up poorly. You wonder why I chose these 2 weapons and the Godslayer seal? Because I have 3 Godslayer abilities that are very short, but with the seal and my talismans, it doubles the length of them, how long they last, and how hard they hit. So it's a win-win for me. Black Flame protects me, lasts twice as long, and does extra defense because of the Godslayer seal, and the Lord's Talisman makes it last longer. that was a lot to take care of. I think I clocked this a critical hit with this weapon as 5k. And it may not look like it's status effects, but it does. It's status effects because I'm imbuing it with it. That's the whole point of this build, is to literally just, instead of using your oils, you use your incantations to give yourself the edge in battle. May it be ice, fire, bleed, poison. If it exists, you can proc it. Oh, I got the Knight's Greatsword, huh? That's good. Ah, of course he's routing me. Ass. When I take the game seriously as I possibly can, I can build pretty solid builds, but I don't find it fun. I want to have fun. Fun is what I want. Though, guess making things fun would probably make it more difficult too, but oh well. See how long my abilities have been lasting on me, though? Have you not noticed they've lasted longer than most times? How long this has been lasting since I Yeah, it feels like you lose using less FP because you're not, well, using as much of it to constantly rebuff yourself. I thought it jumped. Goodbye. I sent him flying. See? Figure it out yet? I've been actually just dicking around. That's why you see most of my builds is kind of like, you die a lot, like, you know, I am not exactly taking the game seriously. I'm trying the things out. Yeah, it makes the games a little more difficult sometimes, but truthfully, I don't mind it. I find it fun to be challenged a little bit by playing weird builds that make no sense, but yet they function on how they were supposed to work anyways. And game mechanics sometimes don't allow it, but you can still manage to finagle it. Like blocking with your right arm with a shield, by using your bash or crash as a way to put up your block while you go in for an attack. And then you can strike with your shield to push them back, and then use your sword. Since that's exactly what it was originally tailored to do. Insta-kill. Holy shit. When I take it seriously, man, it's scarier. It's like, yeah, I've been actually holding back this whole fucking time. Just to give myself a little challenge. See, this insta-kills, by the way. The undead. Actually, it's a little bit overkill, but still. Just go away. Don't have time to deal with you guys. Did you know you can insta-kill the skeletons with this? Granted, you have to hit them really hard enough to where it's a one strike for the holy affinity to take effect and actually kill them outright, but hey, it's pretty easy. Literally 3 skeletons, and I just told them all to fuck off right to heaven. When you hold yourself back to challenge yourself in video games, a lot of people won't understand why. It's because it's fun. Oh yeah, my talismans, if you're wondering, are these 4. Flock Canvas Talisman. I want to get the higher Amber Medallions. I missed those 2 apparently. Renegon's Icon and Old Lord's Talisman. These 4 makes anytime I imbue my weapon way stronger, lasts longer, and it hits like a semi-truck. I'm isekaiing these bastards. I'm going full beep beep truck coon. Don't get up. That's what happens when I stop just dicking around. I become lethal. I'm probably not the only one that's like, yeah, we prefer to play a little more differently. It's a lot more fun than just, you know, doing whatever's popular or taking it seriously. Because if we did, this game wouldn't be much of a challenge now, would it? I mean, I'm literally running through these guys and one-shotting all of them without needing to do the second hit. They just don't come back. I played a lot of games like this where you have to imbue an element onto your weapon to take out certain bosses or enemies because they wouldn't die otherwise. I forget what the name of that game was. I played it once and never wanted to play it again because I found it irritating of a mechanic. But in Elden Ring, when it's not a necessity but an extra little bonus, I do it. Just like in Monster Hunter where we used to have oils on our sword and shields. I like the sword and shield. It's one of my favorites. I also had great swords, lances, katana. I tried a little bit of everything.
Ah, we meet again.
Yeah.
In truth, it's been smooth sailing for me. The scarlet rot has stilled since last we met.
That's good.
As such, I've been able to continue my journey. Though
Oh, really?
rather vexingly, I realized that if I still had my sword arm, I could have aided you in battle.
So you're right-handed. Oh. No problem. I'll go get you a new arm. That's no problem with me. Brrr.
The Erd Tree is close. Only a little further till the foot of the Erd Tree. And the accord is fulfilled. It takes me back. I was born at the foot of the Erd Tree, where Mother gave me my purpose. Though now, everything is lost to me. I have to ascertain for myself the reason for which I live. Burned.
I look like I'm in broken,
Embodiless.
beaten armor.
Shall I let my hand share them with me?
I need another 200,000 before I can get one level more to get an even number of stats. I just don't like having that one-off number. I just really don't. I think people who do light builds though are mostly the only ones that get away with that are mages. Or a majority of us will be always stuck in that medium build. I can't believe I missed the blue ones. Of all the talismans I missed, was the FP ones. Though granted, I think I missed that one of them because of that one knight with the dual wielding blades. I hear everyone. I've seen everyone struggle with him because his combo is a bit ridiculous. And some people, unless they have a cheese way of using like a magma greatsword or something to cheese him on the ground and stun lock him, people have a hard time killing him for his armor set. Though granted, he's not the only one that drops it. There's like 6 that drop that armor set in its entirety. You're just choosing the harder one to go after. It could be because of the close quarters of the fight. Now if I imbue my spear with, say... These guys are weak to holy, so... And hurl it. More damage. Everyone with such high resistance to holy damage, I barely use it other than for PvE. And the undead. My god, do I use it on the undead a lot. Good news is this is not the most powerful this weapon can get either, so I need 2 ancient stones. And whatever uses Death Blood also is weak to light. Goodbye. Oops. This is my ranged weapon, so sorry if it doesn't look quite right. It's not the strongest compared to my two-handed axe that I'm using. Looks nice though, and has actually got quite a bit of a punch to it, especially with the spear attachment. Don't want that bugging me. Nothing, I'm just, you know, going serious mode on this right now, and I'm just... Yeah, when I roll, I do damage now. This build packs a wallop. Now, it can cause any status element you want other than magic. It one-shot skeletons where they don't come back. They just don't regenerate. They're just gone instantly. My spells last longer and are twice as strong. I'm going to take care of the scariest thing in this game in a few seconds. You know, I'm surprised this is an axe. Somehow this is an axe, though it reminds me of Ichigo's great sword in Bleach. I can imbue it with any element I desire, other than magic. Well, it's the lightest of all the great axes. Only 8 pounds. For a great axe, that is fucking light. And any element I imbue it with does get it stronger. Increases its damage output. If the enemy is weak to that element, per se, but still. Yeah, back off. Increase my damage and defense. Increase my defense. I tried it. Didn't work with this weapon. It didn't increase the damage output at all. I wonder why. It could be a bug. Or maybe because I don't use the R2 as much. Because anything like R2 specific, like you have to be using the R2 for it to go off. Yeah, but my R2 is literally, you know, that. It doesn't move forward by much. It's actually one... Oops. I love this spear, though. Underrated Ash of War is this spear right here. That spear, Ash of War, is the throwing spear is so good. Wrong weapon. I think this is the butcher's cleaver. I'm using the butchering knife. Oh yeah, it's a butchering knife. Yeah, that's different. I just set this up if I put anything on my character, hence uses FP, like my what's the word I'm looking for? You know the spell that a lot of people use in this game, Golden Vow and Flame Protect Me. That right there is what I use a lot of, and it always ends up and it always lasts longer because of my talismans. You gotta, if you ever wanted something you use, like a buff, to last longer, yeah, I don't want to buy that stuff or have it in my inventory. It's taking space I don't want to use. Thanks for subbing. This what's surprising about this build is it's only 38 poise. It's got such low poise though. Kind of baffles me how low my poise is, but it works. I keep forgetting what poise is important with, and I just don't remember. But I always seem to have low poise builds. Even when I'm running around in full goddamn armor. So where's my grace? I know there's a grace nearby. I need to reset my stuff. Oh, here it is. Duh. My brain. But I literally took my sword and I just delete certain enemies off the face of the planet very easily. I got range, I got close quarters and range, so that's all that matters. And it's a melee build. I just throw spears, I don't use bows. I do run out of any throwable arrows or anything. And since my buff speed is so fast, I can just do it. And these things were scary, but then you build a light sword build like this, and you're like, well, goodbye. Also, I can cleanse myself if I need to. You know that barely hurts, right? Die. I think I output damage no matter what I do, so I'm always doing some form of damage, either by rolling into my opponent, hitting my opponent, or long range from my opponent. What, twice? See, I'm doing damage. I like having the ability to roll into my enemies and do damage. But only like 1 or 2 armors can do that in the whole game. I think it's 3 damage per piece of armor, if I remember right, for it. So if you wear the full set, you do 15. So that's not bad. Not the greatest, but not bad. And there's only 2 ways to buff it. You put on a shield with bleed I don't know, can you put a shield with the ram? With that spinning ram thing, you know? When you roll for an attack? You could put that on a shield, right? I don't remember that you could put it on a shield. If you can, you take the take a shield that causes bleed damage, put that on there while wearing the armor set that causes bleed damage for rolling into an enemy, and you will multiply the damage tenfold. And you'll be doing hundreds just for rolling into your opponent. That's without using the ram's ability yet. If you use the ram, Ash of War, and it will actually cause it to skyrocket into a couple thousand damage. It all depends on how you want to play. It's getting dark. Not enough pain and suffering. I watched a guy beat the whole game by rolling, and he said it took him a week and it was a nightmare. I just cleavered that goddamn dog damn head off. Normally this black flame, but yes, as you saw, will fizzle out after 1 or 2 hits. This thing fizzles out after like 4 seconds or less. I believe it's 2 or 3 seconds, but you have the Lord's Talisman. It'll bring it up to 5 seconds, as well as the Godskin, the thing that lets you cast it. It's not a talisman. What is the thing that lets you cast the spell? Let me just check real quick. This right here, Godslayer's Seal, along with the Lord's Talisman. You will get 5 seconds of black flame on your blade instead of the 2 to 3. Still more time to hit an extra hit. And since it does damage over time, it's not a bad trade-off. Not to mention, look how long my buff is still lasting on me. I love the length of these damn things. I think I've gotten a whole boss battle with 1 buff. Finally wore off, huh? Bye. Ooh, 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 I felt the breeze between my cheeks on that one. Yeah, I plan on getting the DLC, but it might take a couple days to download it, since my internet's bad. But I might Multiverse comes back on tomorrow, and gotta just download that and get the free season pass and everything. And I believe Joker, Jason, and the bad guy from The Matrix is in it. So I'm probably going to stream that because I liked Multiverses. It's just it had a lot of problems. You know, netcode errors, bad hitboxes, unfinished programming. It was okay, but I mean, I wish they polished it a little more before they released it to the public. Goodbye. Now finally enough for my final level. You don't need to be over level 200 for your new game +1. The game devs, I figured you probably +1 go up 100 levels for each new game plus. That's what they thought. I need 63,000 more ruins. Do we even have that on me? It's only times 6. 6 times 200. No, it's not enough. Well, I know a place I can get those ruins rather easy. Oh, brother just got nailed. But yeah, in Multiverse I had unlocked every character, so I'm gonna go play the new when it comes out again tomorrow. Multiverse comes out tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna get the DLC for this game, which is gonna be around $30-40, which I have. It's on my account. It's waiting for them to bring it out on the 25th. I'm going to wait until it comes out. I don't do pre-orders. I never buy pre-orders. I just don't trust them, and a lot of times when you pre-order, you never get what you pre-ordered for, or they cancel the game or close down, and then what you've just wasted money on is gone. You will own nothing and you will be happy, they say. Well, if I can't own it, why would I buy it? It brings up the same question. If I can't own it, why would I let you have my money? It's like,
after unleashing the power of the Scarlet Rot during her battle with
you will sell nothing and you will be happy about it, right?
I should like to meet her. This vanished woman. I think she's in the north, in the lands that lie beyond the Erd Tree.
You know, I thought this would be a bleed weapon.
Are you giving me this arm?
But it's not. This should be a bleed weapon. At least 35 bleed on it, right? Because it's so strong of a weapon, but bleed on it seems normal. Like it should
might be
have it.
possible for me to wield the sword again. If the arm serves well enough, it might be possible for me to wield the sword again. Perhaps then I can aid you in battle.
Yeah, when I first saw this weapon, I'm like, oh, that'd make a good... It looks like the bleed weapon. It's like, there's no status on it. I'm like, wait, huh? How is it not naturally a bleed weapon? It's a butcher's knife. You carve into meat, which causes blood. Like, my favorite weapon is, Oh, you won't like my favorite weapon, because my favorite weapon is, a little unorthodox. It was the first weapon I got to, max out. This was my favorite weapon. Hey, yeah, don't judge. It's actually really strong. It's this shield along with my ice katana procced ice bleed fire repeatedly in order. It's how I beat Millennia. And my shield was on my right arm, not my left. And I still managed to block with it. People don't understand, but if you have bash or crash and you use that you use it, you will block. You will outright block with your shield if you use crash or bash. It will cause your character to block. And as long as your stamina holds up, you'll be fine. So it's about 50, 60 stamina a must. And you go to bash forward. Bash is the best for a quick block and hit to knock them back, and then you swing with your sword with your left hand. And you do damage, and it might cause a bleed effect, or set them on fire, and your sword might cause ice to proc. Which all works out great. And the sword and the shield both had bleed. So you were causing bleed buildup regardless. And lots of it. Now if I want bleed, I have to enchant it to do so. This blood flame blade, that causes bleed buildup, but not these armament things are very weak at it. I think they get 25 bleed, so I have to hit a person a lot to cause a bleed effect. Good news is the raw power of this thing, though, can make up for it. See, I did damage just to roll away from him. Which is just extra it's like, I'll take it, you know? I mean, why not take the extra damage? It's just freebie. I never understood when people play a game, it's like, why use that? It only causes 2 damage. 2 damage I wasn't doing before when I rolled. It's just extra. And I like it having a little extra. It's like finding $1 on the ground. You just don't go, no one needs that $1 and leave it on the ground. You pick the fucker up. My bro here just gave up on life and let me do that. I was going the wrong way. I'm a big advocate for proper shields. Because I am so sick and tired of watching history and these games go, oh, shields were only used for blocking. No, they were not. Yeah, there's no way of getting light load with the build I have right now. Maybe it's because I have two 8-pound weapons on me. Those are probably the heaviest things I'm carrying on my body. My armor alone is only 20 pounds. Or less than 20 pounds. About around there. Sucks to be him. Plus, I think the butcher knife is probably the best way to block because of the size of it. Oops, I gotta stop fucking around. Ah! Hell. They're filling me full of needles. Granted, that does break down my stamina quite a bit. And if you get lucky, you might break their poise with a roll, I guess? I'm doing like 6 damage since I'm wearing the greaves and gauntlets, so it's a grand total of, woo, 6 damage. The whole set gives you 15. There's 2 big boys up here I need to fight. They're wearing armor, so... Dong! I'm being flipped around like a pancake! Oh, you 360 no-scoping bitch. Finally, get some alone time with you. How'd that hit me? That shockwave's huge. They were flipping me like a falafel. So the whole point of this build, though, is I have access to everything but magic damage, but it can be changed easily with a single Ash of War. And after that, it's just a cakewalk. Get back all my vials and stuff. The status effect, because of the Lord's Talisman and the God Seal Talisman, lasts so goddamn long. And Golden Vow and Flame Protect Me do not override each other. Oh, it's a gargoyle. The thing about Black Flame, though, it doesn't last very long other than a couple of hits, maybe 5 if you build it the way I do. Oh, God Rays, that's always useful in my face. There's a shockwave to that thing? God damn. Damn it. Ta-da! Plus, if you know the angles, you can know when he's going to go right over your head. If you're lucky. Sometimes it's like 90% me just being lucky as hell. It's like, woof. Oh, good, he missed. They give you so many golden seeds, there's literally no point of taking the golden seed heirloom thingy at the beginning of the game. That's like the biggest waste. Or at least it feels like the biggest waste. Because I have more seeds than I know what to do with. I had extra like 8 seeds at the end of the game, and they already said I maxed out all of it. Or I couldn't get no more healing vials or anything. Like, I maxed out how many flasks I can have. Well, before I even hit it halfway through the game, you can get By the time you get up to here, you have almost every flask you're gonna need, because you only get 14 flasks, one special mixing flask, so you get 15 in total, and that's it. And then you only can multiply them to plus 10? So they could give you full heal and full FP depending on what that is. If you wonder why all the blue lights are on the ocean, I put one of those markers on each corner of the map. Little blue things. So they're out in the corners of the map. Chill, ladies. That was nice of the gentlemen try to warm up the ladies like that. Except for their explosive temper, apparently. Can I put you guys out? I should put them out. That should put the fire out. I haven't beat Rodan yet because I'm not ready to skip some of the quest lines that exist in the game. Because if you do Rodan, you might miss out on a few NPCs quest lines because they skip up. They fast forward to a point you can't get to them anymore. If you haven't been keeping up with them the whole time. I also got this weapon. The Stiletto this is actually a really good weapon. It doesn't have bleed though on it. You'd think it would, because when the enemies hit you with it, when vulgar militia hit you with it, you bleed. Why doesn't it bleed you when you're not? When you get one, it makes no sense. Does it lose its bleed effect or something? Though granted, I could give back its bleed effect by just doing this. Yeah, but I have that saw blade. I actually have that. The funny thing is, when you add this on your armament, it gives it bleed anyways, so it's just not as strong. Does have a lot of raw power though. But how come is it when the militiamen use this on you, it'll cause you to build up bleed, but when you get it, it doesn't have it no more? I don't understand. Though granted, one of the Volga militias have that chain whip sickle, and I want to get it, but you can't. Which sucks. I want to whip around a chain sickle. What was the whole point of me building a ninja build was for that weapon when I saw it. And then I realized when I found out you couldn't get it, I'm like, oh, that's such disappointing. It's like, why put it in the game then? Just a whip dagger. Where it's R2 as a whip. It would be one of the weapons that you can't enchant. So it'd probably be a high dex weapon with affinity to arcane. Before I go into crazy bitch land up here, I need to get ready. These bitches be crazy. They're ripping guys' skins off and turning them into clothing as well as their bones into weapons. Ugh. Sounds similar to feminism. Truth be told, feminism was okay. First and second wave were great. What they did was phenomenal, but I think they've lost the plot to this third wave. And fourth wave has gone even crazier. But, yeah, well. Nature will tend to that in due time. As it is right now. It's like Mother Nature always fixes things. And if Mother Nature can't fix it, they'll wipe it out. Okay. Hope you have a good day or good night or wherever the hell you are. Hope you enjoyed so far. I only got 30 more minutes before I gotta get off anyways. I'll have to go start prepping for dinner. Get things working up. If I'm told what to make for dinner first. A lot of times people don't know what they want to eat until after a couple hours. Damn! That dog can jump! How are you ladies dropping absolutely nothing of value? What the hell? Usually you drop a dagger or the Reiki thingy or something. No, I understand these ladies went crazy because their kids dying and then become barren. They lost their marbles because of it. Only if they knew their kids turned into all those jellyfish that you see around the world. They probably would have changed their tune and gone and went and go get the jellyfish kids. Shocking, isn't it? I know. I could always switch back to the saw blade, though. It's just not having to do that bleed thing. Oh wait, yeah, I haven't done this part yet. We'll be with you in a minute. Put it up, put it up. How would you like a black flame lance? Like they said, she returned to her world, but the thing is, she's like right here. Also, like, subscribe, blah blah, YouTube's usual bullcrap.
We meet yet again. The arm you gave me truly is a thing of wonder.
Well, gotta get a test run.
Just like my own. Even handling a sword. Perhaps it is foolish to say this to you of all people, but I am sure of my skill with the sword. Thus, I would have you call upon me in battle again, should you ever have the need. I would have you call upon me. It is the only way.
Somehow, I don't have the weapons from this village. Still? Really? It's nice to have a roll that does damage, actually. Though I still prefer the quick step of Bloodborne. If my rolls did damage, it probably makes it it feels nicer. Like I'm rolling and kicking into them. Yeah, when I go all out in a game, I can actually go all out. I just prefer to be loosey-goosey about it. And fight how I feel. Which is usually stupid and not the usual. Not only that, I feel more accomplished when I do that sort of thing. I have to just get used to a lot of times when I can't use certain moves. Though this is a great place if you want to stock up ruins like you would a bank. Because you get those ruin things all the time around here. I just like having my halberd being able to be long range so I could whip it out in case of emergencies, like they trying to get out of my range. I can just have bleed, but they don't. It's right here. Heavy vulgar militia saw, where I can hurl it. See? It's the same thing as the stiletto, but it doesn't look as good. But I do have a butcher knife, and then the saw also has the same aesthetic. So if I were to use it aesthetically, it'd probably be the better pick. Because you got the big knife, and now I got the bloody saw. Big knife, bloody saw. Plus the way I take them out. Look at it. Ooh, wow. Ah. Back scratcher goes on my back, butt slasher goes on my butt. Wow, ladies, you are being stingy. Share the wealth. See, and then I can switch it as I see fit. My god, the grind for this weapons in here is ridiculous, and all they do is give you plus 10 ruins. It's not like I'm asking for the impossible things here. Some people don't realize that plus 10 ruins can be a beneficial thing if you just want to buy some arrows real quick or top off your character. God, to use someone's spinal cord as a rake has got to be something special, kind of crazy, loony. Cannibal Society. Who's your rake made out of? Johnny from down the road. Really? He was not very useful for anything. Well, he's great for raking up leaves. Since I'm low on time, I'm just gonna try to see if I can grind for this particular weapon real quick. I want to see what the rake does other than gives you ruins. Does it have a status effect like bleed or something? Because I'm wondering if that would be a good weapon. It's just the ruin part that people are like, oh really, just 10 rounds? What other weapon gives you ruins? I'm waiting. All I know is the weapons from this village that gives you ruins. They have a cool dagger. Just gonna snap her ankles. Being level 201 though is a bit high, right? I know people do make it to level 200, between 120 to 200, or somewhere along the lines. Of most of the common player base is in those ranges. That's it? That's all they drop? My arcane is 120. That's not that bad, is it? The coolest thing though is Chilling Mist on that butcher knife. Looks really cool because if you look at it, you can see the blood is all ice cold. That's all over the blade. There's blood. There is blood on the blade, by the way. There is blood on there. It's just it's hard to see without Chilling Mist or what is it? There's two of the elements that let you see the blood really well. Chilling Mist is one of them. I'm just gonna stockpile smithing stones for the DLC. And before I end it, I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. Can't believe the first time I fought this guy, he was hard. Now I can just bop him a couple times and he's a goner. Which side of the blade has the blood dripping on it? Oh, is it only during combat that it shows? Because if you look closely, you'll see blood. You'll see blood on it. That's why it confuses me why it's not a bleed weapon. This bloody flame does cause bleed. But it doesn't tell you how much. It does cause it though. See, right there. Blood Oath incantation granted by the Lord of Blood engulfs armaments held in his right hand with blood flame. The incantation can be cast while in motion. After dealing damage, blood flame continues to build up. Onset of blood loss for every short time. And this is the poison version of it. This is the black flame. It's a continuous buildup of damage that causes a big chunk to disappear. And then you got your electrify one. This one just slows down your enemy so you can hit them harder. And with a true combo will be allowed with the electrify armament is probably the best for true combos, because if you electrify it then strike, it slows them down slightly enough for you to hit them again. Then the holy one is just, you know, does extra damage to anyone who has low damage to holy. Instantly kills undead though, just outright deletes them. Nice and cool, huh? You don't have to worry about needing these bleed or poison weapons, and you can just do that. Costs little to no FP to just keep it maintained, too. Got this green glow to it. But yeah, I'm gonna call that here. I hope you liked it. The the big butcher's knife that's technically an axe is good, but that should be a bleed weapon. I don't know why it's not. Like 35 bleed build up. It's slow, clunky, does a lot of damage, but the blood build up wouldn't be too big of a problem in PvP at 30 to 35. Because by the time you get to the bleed build up, they're mostly dead anyways.